New Zealand All Blacks centre Sonny Bill Williams attends a weightlifting session at the Jean Bowen Stadium in Paris. On November 6, 2017, Sonny Bill Williams confesses to being unaware that the All Blacks have never lost to Scotland, but insists the back-to-back world champions are on edge as they prepare for a test that falls on the 112th anniversary of the first match between the countries. Since the original All Blacks beat Scotland 12-7 on a skating rink of a pitch at Inverleith in Edinburgh on November 18, 1905, New Zealand have maintained an historic aura of invincibility against the Scots. They've won 28 out of 30 tests between the sides, with 2 Murrayfield draws, 0-0 in 1964 and 25-25 in 1983. The closest Scotland have come to victory. "I wasn't aware of that," said Williams, retained at inside centre for Saturday's match at Murrayfield despite the mental aberration he suffered, together with a yellow card, when batting the ball out of play in the second half of the world champions' 38-18 win against France in Paris last weekend. "Obviously it is motivation," the Blues player added, when asked about avoiding becoming a member of the first New Zealand side to fall to the Scots. "But as All Blacks we always put pressure on ourselves to not just win but play well." Quote, "Last Saturday, Scotland leaked 5 tries in a 44-38 victory against a Samoa side the All Blacks thrashed 78-0. 5 months ago, but Williams pointed to Scotland's 24-19 win against Australia in Sydney in June, in Gregor Townsend's second match as coach, as a warning sign. Dangerous. Scotland's Peter Horne on his way to score a try during their autumn international rugby union test match against Samoa, at Murrayfield in Edinburgh, on November 11, 2017. "It's really put us on the edge of our seats in our preparation, knowing that they can knock off the big boys," said Williams, whose mother is of Scottish descent. "They've got some dangerous players, and the flavour of the rugby they're playing at the moment is great to see. Coming up against that has put us on edge." Quote, "All Blacks coach Steve Hansen has afforded Scotland the respect of selecting a full-strength side. The only change to the starting 15 that beat France being the introduction of Cody Taylor for the injured Dane Coles at hooker." On New Zealand's last visit to Edinburgh, in 2014, Hansen picked a largely experimental team, making 13 changes to the side that had beaten England the week before. With 6 minutes left they were just a single point ahead, before a converted try by Jeremy Thrush secured a 24-16 victory. Townsend suffered 6 defeats out of 6 against New Zealand in his playing days, including 2 60-point hammerings, and, despite the monumental defensive effort that held out the Wallabies in Sydney in June, the former Scotland fly half knows his side need to improve significantly on their sloppy showing against Samoa. "We will have to be very, very good in all aspects or New Zealand will score points against us," said Townsend, who has promoted prop Xander Fagerson and number 8 Cornell Dupreez to replace the injured W.P. Nell and Ryan Wilson. "They're an excellent side. They score points against any defense." Quote, in Paris, a neat grubber kick from Williams gave fellow centre Ryan Crotty the chance to score a try that made the All Blacks the first international side to reach the landmark of 2,000 tries. However, the 32-year-old was widely criticized for knocking the ball out of play in the in-goal area to deny France a possible try, a ploy that is allowed in one of his former sports, rugby league. "It was just an honest mistake," said Williams, who has also dabbled in boxing. "I guess, as humans, we're all allowed to make those now and then. I've certainly been looking up the rule books because of that." Quote,